Okay.
Okay. She's in the Matrix.
Welcome to the Take a Listing Today podcast, where our hosts Jim Studebaker and Todd Robertson will give you strategies to get you out of the office right now so you can take a new listing today. And now, here's Jim and Todd.
Yes, here we are once again, the Take a Listing Today podcast. We're looking patriotic today. Jim in the blue and Todd in the white.
And Lisa over here in the red, our wonderful producer.
Very nice. It can be patriotic or just something to close out the year here. We're coming up to the holidays, and it's going to be a wonderful time here. And today we're going to show you something very wonderful. Lisa has taken a little cue from the old song, The 12 Days of Christmas. We are giving you 12 reasons to not send out real estate marketing until January. So it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah,
but
take all the pressure off yourself, go to all the parties, and just wake up and regroup in January.
All right. Well, whatever. I just read them. So today's show, we're going to go over the 12 reasons to not send out real estate marketing until January. Shall we get started?
Let's do it. Number one.
And anybody who believes that is written and spoken accurately based on how we talk, doesn't know us very well.
Correct.
Is there supposed to be some sarcasm in here, maybe?
These are some excuses that agents use around this time of year, and we see it every year, not just 2 years in a row.
Right.
So, and we talk to people on this podcast that have marketing plans in place at the exact time when they know that agents are going to put on the brake.
Right.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's true. We'll talk more about it, but it is a fact because we talk to agents every time we're on the show.
Exactly.
And through Christmas, through December, we've talked to them.
Right.
Through November and December, and they are not
It was
slowing
inspiring.
down. The smart ones are not slowing down.
Correct. 0%.
Most of them put on the brakes.
Yes.
This time of year. So here we go. Number one, there's too much fun and holiday festivities to be had right now. Everybody is in party mode.
Well, that's legitimate. No, just kidding.
You said you weren't going to speak, Lisa.
Oh, yeah. See how long that lasted?
She said before we started filming,
Starting
I'm not going to talk. Yeah, right. When are you ever not going to talk? Okay.
But you know what? It's very interesting, number one, because a lot of realtors have that in their mind to say, you know what? Especially with the market changing, a lot of them are mentally paralyzed, right? Like we had one of our guests a few weeks ago talk about that.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. A lot of realtors just say, you know what? I'm beat up. I don't know what direction the market's going. I'm just going to enjoy everything and I'll wake up and deal with it in January.
Right. And I deserve it.
Right.
I deserve it. But
they're rationalizing and justifying.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Bad. And, so bad. You're trying to justify bad behavior, which you shouldn't do.
Yeah.
You can be in party mode. You can go to some activities, but don't stop your marketing because you're going to have a bad January if you're not marketing in December.
It takes discipline.
Number two.
Oh, I like this one.
Everyone is too busy with the holidays and family to want to buy or sell a home right now.
Exactly. So that's a reason or excuse in a person's mind. Well, I don't want to call during this time of the year. They're probably doing some stuff. Well, here's what's interesting, and we've known this since you and I sold real estate, that we know the great realtors prospect in December. And a lot of people say, well, geez, it's Christmas, it's holidays. Well, here's what's great. If people are looking for a home around the holidays, you know, number one, they're serious. And number two, they go in and your house is decorated. It smells great.
Yeah.
So it's opposite of what people think.
Right. Yeah, there are serious buyers out there throughout the holiday season that have to buy. They are relocating. Maybe they have a new job. Whatever the situation is, they cannot stop for the holidays.
Right.
Now, if there's less inventory, because some homeowners think it's not a good time to sell. Real estate agents haven't been out there doing their job and letting them know this is the perfect time to sell.
Right.
Then there are homeowners missing out, right? They need the experts telling them what to do and when to do it. I'll tell you what, as a realtor, I would be all over this and saying, hey, get your home on the market right now. You're really going to stand out, right?
Correct,
because
exactly.
there's less homes on the market over the holiday. Because everybody else thinks, wait till January.
Right.
You know, there's a good reason, too. Maybe they want tax reasons. They want to make a transaction this year.
Great point.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and you know, we kind of have an in with this great company called ProspectsPLUS.com. And I know through their people that new listings come in every single day of the week. So people aren't not listing their houses.
I go to seminars all the time still to keep my game sharp and see what realtors are going through. I heard a speaker recently said, he goes, guess what? Right? Because some people don't celebrate every holiday based on their background. He goes, you guys, Easter, There's people buying and selling. Christmas Eve, buying and selling. New Year's Day, buying and selling. In other words, every single day it's going to happen. Maybe not the volume, but
it's happening. Do you want to be a part of it or not?
Exactly.
Right.
That's your decision.
Right.
All right. Number 3. I'll be more motivated in January. I have a whole plan for the new year that I'm going to launch then.
Tomorrow.
So we're waiting for you to be in the new year to launch your plan for the new year. Which means you're doing it on the 1st, I guess. But the 1st is a holiday. So how does that work?
Well, here's how that works. And I had this conversation a couple times yesterday, a couple times the day before. And Cowboy's having that with people he's calling, is that, hey, thanks. I'm just getting my notes ready for my marketing for January. So I said, okay, well, that's interesting because that's what 90% of people are doing. So let's plant the tree now. So you're a couple months ahead of them, or at least 1 month ahead of them.
Right. It's the typical, I'll start the diet program or the exercise program. This will be my resolution every year. And I did blog posts on this before, talking about how quickly, statistically, people fall off of those resolutions, though, those I'll start January 1st items. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. If you truly are dedicated to starting something, you start now.
Right.
You don't start 3 weeks from now or on a certain date of the year when everybody's doing resolutions.
You reminded me, it's, I grew up, both my parents were smokers growing up, and very interesting, right? It's the same thing there. Well, I'm going to quit on this day so that they're going to smoke for 2 weeks like a chimney thing. Thinking on that day I got to quit.
So they get it all in before they have
I saw that as a kid growing up going, whoa.
That does not seem to be working.
Right. I'm thinking, I don't think I'm going to take up smoking.
Now get out of that adage of tomorrow. Right. You've got to be disciplined. I don't care what step you take a step today. I don't care how small it is. Take a step today. Start something today. Get it rolling. Get that momentum. Get that action. Move forward today.
Because here's what's great. If you do what Lisa just talked about, your other than conscious mind says, boom, we're going.
Yeah.
So your mind starts to say, okay, we got to find a way because we're going.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Number 4. I'm exhausted. It's been a long, grueling year. I need a few weeks off.
Well, we've got a couple vacation spots we can recommend for you.
You know what? It's okay to take a few weeks off. But what happens while you're taking your few weeks off? Do you just disappear? Probably, hopefully not.
Well, and what's interesting about this, Floyd Wickman always said something that I was reminded of. He says, when you take time off honestly. You're with your family. You're present. When you're working honestly. Right. So yeah, take some time off, but take it off where it's scheduled and be a machine in your business.
And have a plan. So you're not there. Who's there for you?
Correct.
Do you have a plan that somebody else is going to step in? You're part of a team, or you have some arrangement with another agent where they're stepping in while you're out. So you don't disappear. So you don't become invisible, like you said, Jim, because that is the truth. The second you become invisible, someone else is quite willing to step up and take over. If you think that you not getting in front of your market means your market doesn't hear from anybody during that period of time, boy, are you mistaken. Because the second you've stepped back to take your little break and, whatever, power up for the new year, another agent who's smarter than you is moving in on that market of yours. Maybe it's a market you've worked on for a very long time and you're really the lead agent in that market, in that farm. They're stepping in, they're sending stuff out. And if somebody calls to get a hold of you and you've got your phone on do not, pick up or whatever, because
I'll be back after the new year.
Right. That type of message. Right. Do you really think? I don't care. It's funny. When you buy a car, if you go to the same dealership year after year, they'll send you cards if they're any good, right? Right. Cards to, hey, happy birthday, come back in, buy
Here's your
another
car anniversary.
Car for me.
Yeah.
And you know what? It's great to work with that person that you've worked with before because you know who they are, you trust them, that type of thing. But the second they're not available, I need to buy a car. I'm not going to stop and wait a month, 2 months, whatever, for that person to show up again. If they're gone, they're gone. I'm moving on.
Correct.
If they're not available, I'm moving on. I want to get my car. People are like that with a home, right?
Right. Yeah. Especially in this business, they have to pick up the phone because, like we've talked many times, what if we have a buyer right there and they're qualified 500, 600, 700,000, and we're showing houses today, and it's your listing, and just like we called a couple of shows ago. an assistant answered, it still made that lady look great.
Oh, absolutely.
And right. So you've got to, because what if that buyer is qualified to buy that thing? We want to get them in there now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's the business you're in.
And if you don't have an assistant, have another agent in your office.
Exactly.
Take care
Anybody
of your
would,
calls.
Exactly.
Take care of your listing
and you do the
appointments.
same for them.
Right.
Exactly.
I'd rather have an answering service pickup
Right.
that has very little knowledge but is friendly and says, we're going to get someone to get back to you right away.
As opposed to a voicemail that says, for a quicker response, send me a text.
Or, something, or don't bother me till January.
That happens.
And then the other part of that is that not only answering your phones, but make sure that your marketing is on autopilot. If you're going to take some time off, that's a great idea.
Correct.
Go look at a automated campaign offered by Prospects+.
Well, and here's the magic of that.
That's so smart, Jim. You're so right.
Is that people, and they talked about it in the past. It took me 4 hours to do this. So I got to work on a postcard this month. Well, we've solved that to where you can go in there and you did one show.
37 seconds.
37 seconds. You set up a 2-year
You're very
campaign.
proud of that.
Yes, I know.
But even if it took our realtor 2 minutes or 5 minutes.
Right.
And that way your marketing's happening so you could do what you do best, prospect and go on appointments.
Right.
Yeah.
So then if you want to take those couple weeks off, you've got somebody answering your phones, working on your behalf. You've got campaigns going out.
Beautiful.
You can even, so you've got a campaign going out, and then maybe you also want to have some kind of special card in addition to that going out. You can schedule things also on ProspectsPLUS.
Right.
So you could, in November, before you leave, you get something scheduled that's going to drop right to the 10th of December or something. Now you know you're still present. You're still present.
Exactly. Beautiful. Well
All right.
said.
Number 5 reason. The market will still be there when I'm ready. It's not going anywhere. All right, that's true. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The market will still be there.
So if a realtor has that mindset, here's what the mindset should be. That really, if the game is scheduled, you decide to play, you might as well win. If you're a real estate agent, that cannot be a part of your mindset at all, or that means you're beat up and you're deflated a little bit, I think.
Right. And you always talk about the word momentum. When you're out there and you're on the field and you're playing the game and you're all in 100%, have you ever gone on vacation, even just, let's say, for 4 days, you step away, you come back to the office and all of a sudden you feel a little out of your groove.
Right.
There's a flow that gets going when you're working. Stepping away for even a few days, you lose a little of that flow. So if you think that you can step away, the market will be there for me, everything will be good to go. How many days after you get back at it is it going to take you to get back in that flow again, get that momentum going again? How many weeks is that going to take for that to happen?
Well, and just like you said on our previous point, hey, the market's still going to be there. So guess what? You can take some time off, but do some marketing, have some people working. So guess what? When the market's going to be there in the next month, at least you have some signs in some yards and some phone calls coming in.
Right.
But the other thing is going to be there are all of your competition, all the other agents.
They're all there.
Out there. They're going to be there as well.
Exactly.
And they may not be taking time off.
Yeah, there's some aggressive, strong people out there. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Number 6. The market is a mess right now. It should be better in January. It won't be better. So we're going to cross that one off. All right, good.
Well, here's what's interesting. Here's what hits my mind when I hear that. So the market will always be a mess, meaning it's going to be hard to predict so if I'm a real estate agent, my job is not to predict. My job is just to help people buy and sell and get the best. So I have a fiduciary obligation. Sure, the market could paralyze some people now, but the great ones are prospecting. Why? More inventory will be showing up. So they're letting that go and staying with the basics and keeping their head down and going.
Yeah, just know that anytime things get complicated, when I was raising my son, I'd always say, at the top of the hill, there won't be a lot of people standing up there with you.
True.
So just keep heading up the hill,
Yeah.
So
You'll be lonely, but...
Yeah, you won't have any friends up there.
Oh, you didn't say that. Okay, sorry.
So when things get complicated, like the pandemic, a bunch of people just fell away and were frozen, didn't know what to do, and I'll do it later, and I don't want to bother people right now, and all those types of things. And then there were a percentage, maybe it was 5% or less, but there were a percentage that said, oh, I'm all in. Are you kidding me?
We've talked to them.
People still need my help. People still have to buy, still have to sell. They need my help. And can you imagine the people who did?
Right.
Who still did have to buy or sell? And they're like, I can't get anybody on the phone. I can't get anybody to work with me.
Yeah.
If you're still in there playing,
correct.
There aren't a lot of people. Your competition just went down. It's going to be a lot easier.
And really, it comes down to running, right. They're all independent contractors. So like Floyd said, this business is too easy to get in, too easy to get out. Run your business like a successful small business. Give yourself hours. Here's my prospecting time. Here's my appointments, my admin time.
And hopefully your business model is not, I'm only going to work when the market is not a mess.
Right.
I like it.
Right?
I like that.
Right.
So-
When will that be? Yeah.
Right. All right. Number 7. I tried marketing during December one time and it didn't work. So that's that.
Yeah, one time that's good enough. And
Yeah.
actually, only doing one marketing, one mailing should be enough too, right?
Right. I went to the
Right.
I went,
Eating once ought to be enough.
You're right.
I went to the gym one time this year and I got in shape.
It's a miracle.
Yeah. Wow.
Muscles.
No, but so watch this. That's happened to a lot of people. I mailed, marketed in December and didn't get anything. That doesn't matter because watch, when you mail a market in December, you have way less competition. So it's a numbers game. We never know what's going to happen, but let's be ready when they want to make something happen.
And it's really about consistency. It's
Right.
about staying in front of someone so when they're ready, they call you. What if that's the month that the person is thinking, I'm going to sell in January, and they're just collecting any postcards they get in the mail? Oh, here's one from Jim. He's a realtor. Maybe I'll call him in January. They set that aside. Oh, here's one from Nancy. I'll call Nancy and Jim. These are the 2 postcards I got.
Right.
So they're not ready to call yet, but they're collecting the card.
Exactly.
If your card's not there, yours is not being collected.
Right.
So.
Yep.
Yeah, that's pretty lame. We're going to move on to number 8. That's very bad.
Very
Number
bad.
8. I'm in good shape money-wise. I have enough for Christmas gifts and to pay the bills for the month. Well,
Yep.
if you're not planning on living into the new year, I guess that's all right. But
And I'm going to live in my car in January.
But you know, that's very interesting. It's like, I think a lot of real estate agents and people generally have a mental thermostat, meaning I'm comfortable in here and here. I don't want to go way out there.
Right.
So think about that. You're not stretching yourself. Maybe you need a stretch goal that's going to take you way out of your comfort zone. Who do you have to be to accomplish that stretch goal? Well, that's going to make you a ton more money.
You know, you're so right about that. That's number 8 is like a mental game that you're playing or a psychological game you're playing with yourself. If you're really working to get by, to make ends meet month to month, I mean, what's a good book somebody like that could read? You know, they're in a mindset that's going to really be
David Goggins, a great book would be David Goggins, Can't Hurt Me.
Yeah.
He was a guy, 300 and something pounds. He wanted to become a Navy SEAL. He went in there and they're like, you're not going to make it. You're out. He said, I had to become a different person. He became a Navy SEAL.
There you go.
And he's crazy, but he's all about mindset.
Yeah, yeah. Don't you think that one is some missing mindset?
Agreed.
And I think there are a lot of realtors that are out there doing that, not just around the holidays, but every month, where they're just, okay, I get my 3 listings a month and I'm good, or whatever it is. One listing a month, I'm good to go for the month, but you're never going to grow and change from that. So yeah, you've got to kind of look inside. What's missing there? What's going on that you're preventing yourself from being a higher level of success?
Exactly. And think about this: if they go to some of their board functions and events, you know, don't get cocky or arrogant enough to think you've got it all, but go to some of your events and meet some of the high producers and go have lunch and be humble and find out how they think and how they operate.
hopefully you're always in learning mode.
Correct.
And getting new ideas.
Yes.
Yeah. Number 9. All real estate agents take the holiday season off. Why would I be any different?
Uh-oh.
Well, I always tell my kids it's okay to be different. So maybe you ought to be different.
That's the old jump off a bridge? Is that an old thing from the 60s and 70s? If your friends jumped off a bridge, it doesn't mean you do it.
Would you do it too?
Exactly.
Our parents told us that. Yeah. Well, right. And we've sort of covered this indirectly, but it really does happen to probably 80% of agents around the country every year because of that. Oh, I don't want to bother people. Well, you know what? I've got to figure out
that's a great thing that a lot of real estate agents take the month off.
Correct.
Because for our viewers,
for ours that
who
are
don't
doing
take
marketing,
the month off,
yes,
that makes your marketing even more valuable.
Yes, you zig, they zag.
Right.
Give an example of what our one office was doing in December. They were doing a postcard campaign.
Yes, they were doing portraits with Santa, and they were doing handwritten notes to their sphere. So that was just off the top of their head. 3 things they said.
3 things
to stay top of mind. Those were the word sheets.
When most people go into number 9 mode, they're going into
not just one thing.
Right. Let's turn the volume up on this.
Yeah. Really memorable.
Magic.
Number 10. How would 1 month of marketing make a difference anyway? How would it make a difference?
Well, 1 month isn't the month. Sales isn't as much about the ability to sell well to one individual person as it is about meeting that person at the moment they're ready to buy or sell. Right? So you have to be in front of people to hit them at the moment when they're ready to buy or sell. So that's how 1 month matters, because you never know the month that individual is going to be ready to buy or sell, right? That opportunity is going to hit.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's December or July or August.
Well, I like it as well because 1 month does matter, because if I'm a realtor sitting there and if I could do 1 month of marketing, maybe I'll get up some confidence and maybe I'll hear some other stuff. Go, wait a minute, I got to do 2. And I talked to some heavy hitters and they're doing campaigns and stuff. And so I've got to get out of that mindset because, I've talked to people going, well, I tried direct mail and it didn't work. Well, how many months did you try? And then you get the honest answer.
Right. And again, you're trying to hit them in the month that they're ready. And you don't know when that's going to be. And, we've seen case studies where somebody's got a campaign going on for 2 years. And Dean Jackson is great on these case studies. And he'll show someone that started getting the postcard 2 years ago. And they finally pulled the trigger 18 months in and called that realtor at 18 months in. They've been getting the postcard for 18 months and they made that call. Now, that's not the only call in that case study. They're happening all the way along. Maybe one happened 3 months in, 3 happened at month 4 and 5. They got another one at month 6. They're happening all along. But one of those people had been getting the postcard for 18 months before they pulled that trigger because they weren't ready yet. But look who they called when they were.
Correct.
The person that was in front of them for 18 months.
And probably that was their only call because that person was in front of their...
Good point.
Well, and on my side, I've had a market dominator, one of our market dominator members said it was the 7th month. She went into the house. Oh, how'd you guys hear about me? And they said, oh, come into the kitchen. And they had 7 market dominators that they saved against the backsplash.
Yeah.
7. So
it had a stain that was behind there. I think they had to kind of propped up there.
They were re-wallpapering.
They had to take the napkins out and put the dominators in the napkin stand.
Yeah, that's a perfect example of people will save that stuff for when they're ready.
Number 11. Here's a great one. I've already hit my goals for this year, so I'm done until the new year.
Ooh.
Well, if that's your thing,
why not surpass your goals?
You would think you'd want to surpass your goal, but even if you said, I'm going to hit my goal when I'm done, I'm taking the rest of the time off, then you've got to start over from square one.
Right.
Because now you have not been in front of your farm area or your sphere or whoever you're sending your marketing to, and all these other agents who aren't taking the year off have been in front of those people.
Right.
So now you have to start from scratch and build up your relationships again.
Yeah. And I like the first part. I've hit my goals for the year. I don't like the second part. I'm done until the new year. So I like this. If somebody's hit their goals, I mean, they're setting goals and they're hitting them. Now, don't take the whole time off. Maybe give yourself a 2 or 3 day little staycation, go somewhere. Give yourself a small reward and get back in it because you have what you said. You have momentum if you've hit your goals. That means you're confident and you're relaxed.
You're doing something right.
Right.
If you hit your goals, you're doing something right. Do you think that you can turn that switch off and it'll keep working? I remember talking to this agent that he was part of a team. Mm-hmm. For years, they had sent just listed postcards, and then they built up this massive clientele with referrals, etc., to the point where they're like, turn that faucet off.
Right.
We don't need to send just listed anymore. Well, they coasted on that for, I think, 6 months or so. And he said, and also we started noticing we weren't getting these inbound calls anymore. We weren't getting referrals anymore. Everything started drying up till there was nothing.
Right.
And we all sat around and okay, scratching our heads. What did we do different? What is going on? Why did the calls stop coming in? Wait a minute. When's the last time we sent a just listed car? Well, we stopped doing that 6 months ago, remember? Because we were so darn busy. Well, there you go.
Perception becomes reality. Yep.
So they thought we're good. We're hitting goals. We don't need this anymore. Well, there you go. Now you know why you were hitting your goals.
Exactly.
Good point.
And when you start back up sending out cars, it's not going to be instantaneous that all those cars are going to go in. It's going to take some months to build back up.
Right.
That's a great point. You want to kick off in January. You stopped in December. Get ready to maybe have some traction in February, March.
Mind share is market share. If you're not top of mind, then other people are marketing.
If you want to have a great great 2023, you ought to send out twice as much marketing in December.
Exactly.
Yeah, so you just it just is an explosion. January 1, all of a sudden the calls are coming,
Boom.
everybody's ready. Yeah.
Yep.
All right, number 12. This might be my favorite one here.
Ooh.
I like to use December to organize my office and prep myself mentally and physically for the new year.
That takes a month.
It takes me a long time.
How do you prep yourself physically?
Well, I've been working out a little bit.
Oh, okay.
But,
No, you do different squats where you're lifting a yard sign out of the yard, then squat.
There we go.
Put it in the yard,
yes.
lifting it out of the yard, putting it in the yard.
Yes, that's what we need if you're not hiring somebody.
I was watching someone over the weekend at a intersection, an agent, she was trying to put it right on the intersection corner in a grass mound. And in Florida, it's not always easy to just stick something in the ground.
Right.
You can hit all kinds of
Cement,
rocks and stuff.
yeah, everything.
And she's just like half falling over in her high heels. Her heels are going into the ground, but not the sign. She was having a heck of a time. Wow. She needs to take December off to do exercises, right?
I guess
take
so.
the sign
So she can
out,
put yard
put the
signs
sign
in.
in, take the sign out.
That's beautiful.
Or maybe really go at it in December. Then she can hire somebody to put yard signs on the corners.
Yes, how about that for an idea?
That might be an idea. But
I see why you like number 12, because in my mind, it's like this. It's kind of like, let's say the husband's a realtor. He comes home. The wife says, "Oh, honey, how'd your day go?" "Oh, it was great." "Oh, what'd you do?" "Worked on my marketing. I did this." And then so that was not a productive day, okay? Because you didn't prospect or go on appointments.
Right.
So people use that as an excuse. "Oh, I'm getting organized." So it's feel-good work that you don't have to put yourself out there and get rejected or anything.
Right.
So yes, get organized, but do that evening, do that week, and maybe take one full day.
you want to come home and say, "Oh yeah, I had 2 closings today."
Correct.
Not I spent the day preparing myself for next
couch.
year.
I stuffed envelopes. Honey, you're worth $200,000. You don't stuff envelopes.
I moved my desk in my office from that corner to that corner. I feng shuied it.
Right.
Wow,
Now all the business is going to come.
Now it should be fun.
Until
nice.
next year.
Yes.
So, taking a cue from the 12 days of Christmas, those are the 12 ideas on how to have a great 2023.
And hopefully you had some fun with this, because we did.
Yeah,
It was fun.
awesome.
Nice idea, Lisa.
Nice job. Well
That
done.
was Todd's idea.
What was your idea, Todd?
Well, hey, every
Good job.
now and again.
You know what? You should have come up with this idea long ago.
I
We've
know.
been dealing with Lisa's ideas all year. And,
Now we got a good one.
Yep.
what do you think? Should we? Here's a great
yes.
idea.
Yes,
Should
sir.
we make somebody a big winner? We have, as always, a stack of postcards from our friends at ProspectsPLUS.com.
This is the fun part of our show. We give away money.
We are going to give away some money. It's like an early Christmas present. And Todd, would you do the honors, please, and pick a card?
Let's make somebody
Any
happy.
card.
They will be edited out. Oh, this one is nice. Are you ready here?
Ready.
We are calling Natalie from the home group.
All right.
And Natalie's at 253-405-3089. Great looking card. Her commitment is on the front. 3 tips for staging home to sell.
Staging is a very popular
here we
thing.
go.
Natalie, hi, this is Jim and Todd and Lisa with the Take a Listing Today podcast. We're calling on behalf of Prospects Plus because you mailed out a postcard with that fine company about tips for staging your home to sell.
Yes.
So we wanted to ask you a couple questions. You're live on our podcast. So great postcard, by the way. We just want to ask you a few questions. Is it a campaign? Are you getting traction? And then we're going to give you a chance to win a $100 gift card for just about anything on our website. Sound good?
Sure.
Excellent. So tell us about this postcard. I like it. It's clean. It's simple. And if I'm going to sell, I love the simplicity of the card. Are you guys doing this as a campaign, or is it a one-time?
Yes, I'm doing it as a campaign.
Very nice. How many have gone out so far?
I believe this is the 4th one out of the this particular campaign.
Cool.
Very nice. How much is in the campaign? A whole year? 12 issues?
I think this one's actually 2 years.
Okay. Excellent.
Yeah.
And that makes it very convenient for you because you just set it and forget it, and it just happens automatically.
Yep.
Exactly. Work smarter, not harder, right?
Exactly.
That's right.
We just talked about that on our show a week ago, like when people go on vacation and they shut down their marketing, people think they're done, but you having things on automated, that's beautiful. Saves you time, money, and top of mind, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, very cool. In fact, since you do marketing on ProspectsPLUS.com, we have a $100 gift card with your name on it if you can answer a simple trivia question.
Are you game?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You'll be glad to know, Natalie, our question writers were asked to make it a little easy because we're in the holiday season, so these are supposed to be easier questions.
Supposed to be.
Okay.
Lisa and I don't really think so, but Jim does.
We
We're
have
suspect.
That's what I'm told. I haven't seen it yet, but I'm told it's going to be easy. So what I will do here for you, Natalie, is read you the question and 3 possible answers, and you just tell me which one is the correct answer.
Okay.
All right. Here is your question.
Be good to her. Be good to her.
In what season does snow typically fall from the sky? Is it...
Natalie, he might have given you the easiest question in the world. The other ones are not this easy.
I love this question.
I think they went a little overboard with this. Anyway, would it be A, summer, B, spring, or C, winter?
Love it. Give her the money. Give her the money.
Well, I guess I'm going to have to go with C, winter.
Is it winter?
Oh, Natalie, look at that. How fun was that?
Oh, my gosh. That was my expense for the kindergarten class.
We had to go that far before. Todd, what does Natalie win?
Natalie, for being a trooper, you win a $100 gift card, and you win some swag from the Take a Listing Today podcast. Well done, young lady. Keep up the great work.
Thank you, Natalie. I'm going to email you your gift card, and you have a wonderful holiday.
Stay powerful.
You too.
Thank you, Natalie. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Well,
That's my favorite question.
She was
so far.
happy. She was happy. Our other guy could have got $100 before he went in.
he could have, but you know what? He's got an appointment.
Right.
Hopefully it wasn't like a doctor appointment, so he just wasted $100 on that.
Right.
It was a listing appointment or something. I hope you are happy, Lisa.
Yes.
Apparently you convinced the people who...
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. So cool.
Nice.
Anything else?
Well done.
Nope.
That's
We're
it.
good. I love
All right. And we're coming up to our Christmas show very soon, right?
Oh, it's awesome. I'm going to watch that show.
That's going to be nice.
A lot
gonna
of
be-
things being given away.
A lot of things given away. We're going to be off the lodge.
Even the people listening can get something.
That's right.
Just going to give that little sneaky.
That was
Little
nice
hint
that you
there.
snuck that in there because those of you listening or watching, you'll hear how you can also.
Get something on the Christmas show.
Correct.
Yep.
The Christmas show. And I misspoke earlier. Todd and I will be at the lodge. Lisa
Yes.
has to stay here.
She'll be in
in
the
a closet.
home office.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
I'm in a crappy closet.
Somebody, come on, there's shoes in the closet, I'm sure. So
Come
it's
on.
got to be
I mean,
something good there.
it's air conditioning lighted.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us today. Don't forget to visit our website, takealistingtoday.com. There's great stuff there as well. And visit our show sponsors website, ProspectsPLUS.com. Don't forget to do your marketing in December. Don't take the month off. And we're not taking time off either. We'll see you next week.
Thank you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.